What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Wes, living it up, baby. Doing a review on the Garmin DEZL 580 LMTS. And if you hang out with me for the entire video, at the end I'm gonna tell you how I actually got it for $60 off. Now, with that being said, let's get into the video. This open box review, my first one. Alright, so the Garmin DEZL 580, it retails for $299.99 at Pilot Flying J. I basically was sick of my Rand McNally because the battery wasn't staying charged, which I know an issue for that is when you leave it plugged in too much. Also, I didn't like how it would fall out of the window when you are riding down the road and hit a pothole on the interstate. It has a magnet on the back, the Rand McNally does, and that magnet can get weak and then not hold it up. So that was another negative with the Rand McNally. Also, the Rand McNally was not good with the updates. You do updates and it still just was not doing as I felt it should. What I like about this Garmin, the power cord right there, it has a red light on it, but as you can see, the red light points in one direction, so you can actually flip it around. That's another negative about the Rand McNally. When you have it in the power outlet, that red light is blurring in your windshield at night. So with the Garmin, you can actually flip it around to where it's not glaring into the window, the reflection. Simple instructions, one page, get started instructions. It came with a suction cup mount, which has a clip that actually clips to the back of the unit. That way it can't fall out the window. The only way it can fall out the window is the suction cup comes loose. It also came with an extra for its mini USB, not micro USB. So that's all the stuff right there that you get inside the box. You see the display right there. I kind of like how it gives you a little preview when you're about to exit. That's the nighttime mode. It automatically flips to nighttime mode at a certain time of day. Now, right here, I was in calculating and it took too long to calculate the route. When I wanted non-toll, it calculated the route and it took about 6 minutes for it to find the route. I didn't like that. I don't know if this has a weaker board, weaker memory than Rand McNally, because this is a smaller unit. But I just didn't like that time you had to wait to calculate a load. You would probably have to do your pre-trip inspection while you're waiting on this thing to calculate a load. That's one negative. That's pretty, it might be a deal breaker for me. Alright. I'm actually going to demonstrate that here in a minute, because I'm going to actually do a calculating a load or a route. The other thing I don't really like is the interface. It may be because I'm used to Rand McNally maps, but when you're trying to input an address, it automatically starts searching for cities or for addresses around you. I would rather it ask you for city and state, but you have to actually tap it and put in city and state. So That's another thing that might be a slight deal breaker for me. As you can see here, I'm just putting in like Front Street, 123 Front Street in North Carolina. And then once I hit the go, it's gonna calculate a route. When it calculates that route, this will be the point I was talking about, where, all right, so now it's calculating that pretty quick, up to 99%. All right, so now it comes up and says tolls are required for this route. Would you like to find an alternate route? The other thing I like about Rand McNally tells you what the tolls approximately would be. So you'll know if it's $200 in tolls that you don't want to, which coming up here, it was $200 in tolls to go an hour shorter. But see, as you can see right now, I am going to sleep because it's taking forever for this thing to reroute around tolls. It's only at 27%. It's actually doing it faster right now than it did the other day when I was trying to do the tolls. So 39%. I mean, dude, you could get out and rearrange your headache rack for the time this thing is taking to recalculate tolls. So, man, if it wasn't for that, I think I would keep this thing, but I'm really considering returning it. With Pilot and Flying J, you have a 7-day money back return policy, and you also have a 30-day exchange policy. So I'm really thinking about doing an exchange and go ahead and getting a Rand McNally. As much as I hate to give them money after I feel like their product failed me, I still, this is just too much. I mean, look how long it's taking for this thing to recalculate the route. That's just too much for me, man. So I don't know if I can deal with this every time I need to calculate a non-toll route. The other thing that I kind of don't like is the heads-up display, but that's pretty much everything about it. Alright, so all in all, what I would say is, if you're new to trucking, never had a trucker GPS, if you're able to find one of these Garmin's, used, cheap, something like that, it's better than nothing. It's better than just using Google Maps on your phone that can get you in some trouble. But I'm not really totally impressed with it. Maybe because I'm used to Rand McNally, but I don't recommend this one. I recommend it if you're rough on stuff, because it is rugged. It's a pretty rugged unit. It's pretty rugged. I mean, it could take a beating. It's almost like a tough book. But other than that, man, it just strikes me as like a overpriced car GPS, pretty much. Oh, I will give it props. One thing I did like, when I was looking for a truck stop, it tells you how many spaces the truck stop has. So like the one I stayed at last night, it said 490 spaces at a Flying J. So that is a plus. But other than that, man, I gotta stick by the much as I hate to say, I gotta stick by the Rand McNally. Now, how did I get this one for $60 off? Which it won't apply because I'm gonna take it back. Basically, they had a sign that said $269.99. I went up to the register, it rang up as $299.99. I told the dude, hey man, it says the sign. So he went back and they looked and verified it, and then they just changed the price to $269.99. Well, then when he rang it up for me to pay, I paid $269.99, and then it printed out a rebate receipt for $30 more off. So I said, oh man, maybe that was what the $269.99. He said, well, they should have put it in a computer. So basically he gave it for $269.99, plus I could send in for another $30 gift card rebate, and then I would get it for $239.99. However, like I said, it's not going to apply because I'm going to take it back. So, hey man, you ever had this situation happen to you, and you get something for less than what it rings up as? Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you enjoy my content, like, comment, subscribe, and I do this for you. But hope y'all having a good life, because I'm enjoying being West and living. Appreciate you watching the video.